And welcome back to the Kingdom Hearts 2 Critical Mode Any Percent Speedrun tutorial. In this episode, we're going to be going over Beast Castle, so congratulations after 3 consecutive pretty brutal visits. This one's going to be a heck of a lot easier. It's going to start off actually not in Beast Castle. Immediately after Olympus Coliseum, you get teleported into a quick visit to Hollow Bastion and the 100-acre wood world. There is very, very little that we need to do in this world, but still worth going over. Very first thing, so obviously go talk to Donald, get sent into the 100-acre wood. We're going to be doing a quick menu here first. I like to do it once we enter here. And all we're going to do is go into items and change our Keyblade from Kingdom Key to Hero's Crest, which we just got in Olympus Coliseum. And we're going to be using Hero's Crest for quite a lot of this run, actually, so that'll be the last Keyblade we do for a little bit. It has air combo boost as well as a little more strength, so it's really helpful since we do a heck of a lot of air combos. But after this, talk to Winnie the Pooh, and then we have a fight out here in Hollow Bastion, which we are just going to quickly death abuse. So there's a shocking amount of fights actually that you can death abuse in this game. What you're going to do here is you're going to immediately hold left at about like 9 o'clock-ish, so pretty much directly left, which will force you to auto-target this guy, slide dash into him, which will provoke him to do his Cyclone RC attack most of the time. Maybe he'll give you the jump attack. Doesn't really matter. Either way, it will one-shot you and end the fight really quick. Bam. And that's the whole fight. Gotta go back in the 100-acre wood real quick. And after that, talk to Pooh, we'll be kicked out, and we're gonna head to Beast Castle. I'll obviously be skipping the gummy mission, since I don't think there's very much to talk about in that. So here we are on to Beast Castle. We have another fight here that we can end pretty quickly. This fight ends either by doing amount of hits, amount of kills, or death abusing. But this time we have a slightly faster way of ending it instead of death abusing. I think it would take either 3 or 4 hits from these shadows, but we can actually just go straight into Trinity Limit and quickly hit square, which is the Ultima attack, and then use the finisher. The Ultima attack does tons of hits, as you're going to see here. So immediately go into it, and just finishing it ends the fight. Now we're actually going to make our first shopping trip. So we're going to head over to the Moogle and pick up the Sardonyx ring, which is the second item down. And we'll be equipping that in Timeless River. Go into Valor form for movement. And we're going to run on over to the East Wing. Skip a quick cutscene, run directly backwards, and then get on our way to the, the West Wing. And which will eventually take us into our first fight of the world, which will be Thresholder, which honestly is really the only fight that has that much variation RNG to it. Got to quickly push the wardrobe. Not much to say about this one. We always dream of getting the 2-cycle. I'm convinced it's not possible, even though I'd love it for it to be possible. But never seen it before. Sure does take a while, though, doesn't it? But on to the fight. And the first thing we're going to do against Thresholder is we're going to take a couple steps forward and immediately slide dash. And then once we contact with the Thresholder, we're going to immediately summon Chicken Little. So I don't think I mentioned it, but before I entered the fight, I turned my command menu over to the summon and limit side, just so I'm immediately ready to summon Chicken Little without thinking. So, slide dash in, summon, and then the moment you regain control of Sora after this summon, we're just going to start doing air combos. I don't think you need Chicken Little's help with like firecrackers or anything, but 2 full air combos with double finisher should be enough to put Thresholder to no HP, and if not, you can just do a blizzard at the end. The biggest issues here are the gargoyles on the left and right side that just spawned. Depending on their RNG, Chicken Little will either whistle them in, maybe he'll do firecrackers, maybe he'll do nothing. They're annoying. Sometimes they mess with you as you're trying to do these combos, but you can mostly just power your way through, to be honest. So yeah, in this case, Chicken Little did Firecracker, and I was actually able to kill one of them during the combo, which isn't super common. Here, let me go back just for a second. At this point, once I've released the Possessor, we want to run backwards towards it, orient our camera so that we're looking at the Possessor, and attempt to lock on. The hope here is that Chicken Little is going to whistle in both the gargoyles if they are alive, and the Possessor as well. And then we're going to immediately do a full air combo with 2 finishers, and that's enough to push the Possessor to its halfway health point where it goes back into the Thresholder. This isn't too complicated a process, just want to get your distance right so that Chicken Little will whistle. I get knocked around a little bit here, which is annoying, but you see me trying to lock on, target switch, eventually pulls them over. And right after I take him out, if there's any gargoyles alive, go deal with them immediately. You don't want them messing with you in this next part of the fight, because they can really cause you a lot of troubles. But after you push the Possessor, run straight back to the Thresholder and start trying to get in as many air combos as you can. In general, unless you get lucky with Chicken Little, you're not going to be able to do enough damage to kill the Thresholder before it's able to get its Dark Ball out. It's not a big deal, just have to wait for a second. Can potentially do some magic on it if you want. So yeah, I get clipped here a little bit, but I noticed it's close enough to the end of its health. And like any other boss, you gotta hit it with a finisher or with magic in order to finish off that last bit of HP. So I just do that and pop the reaction command. Again, turn the camera to go face Possessor. I got the bats to spawn and accidentally locked onto them. Sometimes this happens, not a big deal. Just lock off, get yourself locked onto the Possessor, and do an aerial dive combo to kill. Pretty easy fight, pretty straightforward. This one shouldn't cause you too much trouble, but probably still worth doing a little bit of practice on. I don't think there's really much I need to be saying about the Lanterns minigame, to be honest. Hopefully that's something you guys don't struggle with. I guess for this first part, just run along the wall so that Mrs. Potts doesn't get caught on that box. For this next part, I like to lock on and then target switch to this box and then slide dash into a combo to break them. Like that. And the last thing I will say is don't mess around too much. You know, or you might know you can lock on to the Lanterns and do a little aerial dive, which is cute and fun as you're messing around. But if you ever accidentally aerial dive to it and fail to break the boxes and Cogsworth loses his grip, it feels really bad, so don't be too dumb. But yeah, simple minigame. Hopefully you never fail it. And at the end of this, we're gonna go straight into Valor form and run to the beast fight. Yeah, not much to say with this movement, just run in there. Okay, beast fight, also very simple. We're just going to take like 2 steps forward and then use the RC on him. I'm actually going to get hit in this video, which is my bad. I pressed it too late, but you'll see it's still not a big deal. All you need to do is a full combo, 2 finishers to kill Beast. Sometimes he'll knock you out during your second finisher. If that happens, no big deal. Just do an over to the horizon or do 2 hits on him, and that'll be enough to put him to no HP. Simple fight. Yeah, get knocked. No big deal. And mash triangle to end it. Isn't Beast Castle nice and easy? Okay, well right after this we are going to go into an immediate menu. What we're going to do in this menu is take out Donald and then put upper slash on to Sora and then get rid of Beast's Rush. If you want, you can take some of Beast's potions if you're concerned about your potion count. If you feel like you're getting hit a lot and are worried about it, you can take some of his potions. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it just because you will get 4 free ones from Jack Sparrow without having to do anything. And also, even later on in Agrabah, if you're low, you can take some of Aladdin's, because Aladdin has 4 as well. And you'll be going into Aladdin's menu to take his ethers anyways. So I'd probably say don't bother with Beast Potions. If you need them, grab them in Agrabah. But, so yeah. Take out Donald, upper slash, Ferocious Rush. That's the menu. Now we're going to have our second example of save warping that we saw in Land of Dragons. So we're going to go to the world map. And then we are going to head to this location, the one on the right, Belle's room. Talk to the wardrobe. And then go do another save warp. And go into the parlor. We're going to immediately go into Valor form. Hop through the door. Skip a cutscene, run around the large body, and go into the... I can't remember this guy, what this guy's all called. Shadow Stalker. Yeah, Shadow Stalker. Okay, to start this fight off, the first thing you need to do is hold backwards on your joystick. You immediately want to run backwards at the start of this fight, because that was going to manipulate Shadow Stalker to go into the ground. If you don't hold backwards, he's going to go into the window, which is slower, and will also make it harder to get windowless, which actually technically makes it impossible. But it changed up the strat. You want to hold backwards at the start. And he's going to go immediately underground if you do that. Just jump out of the way. And then I like to look up here so I can immediately get ready to jump and do combos on the chandelier when it comes down. I like to just do the open combos instead of going into the finisher, because the finisher, it gives you some lag as you're staying in the air, and I'm pretty sure it's faster to just do the non-finisher hits. So we're going to release him. One small positioning note, it's better to air, so you kind of want to be right down the middle, but I'd be a little bit to the left versus to the right, because of the way that Shadow Stalker pops out, and then after you do your combos on him, he kind of runs away from you, and he always runs to the right, and it's just going to put you in better positioning to catch him to go for the windowless strat that I'm going to show you how to do. So yeah, see, airing a little bit to the left side. Knock him out. We're going to get up and do a full combo with one finisher on him, so every X press. Bum. And then we're going to run towards the window over here and try to line ourselves up with how Shadow Stalker is moving. So he's going to come back and try to go into the window, and we're going to try to line ourselves up dead on so that we can quickly land 2 hits. So we're going to jump, press X, and then immediately press square. And if you land both hits of the X hit and then hit him with the finisher, it's going to kill him before he can get into the window. So I like to do a little hop here to try to get myself lined up. I see land both hits and then go straight into the finisher. Bam, that ends the fight. Watch that in fast motion now. Boom. Quick and easy. The getting windowless, I said quick and easy. Getting windowless is not the easiest thing in the world. It's probably going to take you a little bit of practice to learn how to line it up. But it is important to get. It saves like 4 seconds. And you'll have more drive to do this, the Dark Thorn fight. So probably a little bit of practice there, but nothing too intense. All right, opening Dark Thorn, we are going to hold the joystick at about 1, 2 o'clock to open the fight, and then pretty immediately go into over the horizon, press square, and then do another square. So we're going to do square, square to open the fight. You only want 1 hit of your first square attack to land, so I'll just show you what that sounds like. So notice how just 1 part of that hit. If both parts hit, and then you try to do the following string of combos that I'm about to do, you have a chance of over damaging him, so it's best to just let 1 hit. Gonna go immediately into the finisher. Let Sora get past, so delaying your, and then do a second finisher. You slightly delay the second finisher so that Sora faces towards Dark Thorn. If you do them too quickly, he doesn't change directions, kind of like what we saw in the mountain climb segment of Land of Dragons. So you want to make sure you delay it just a little bit so that both finishers are hitting. you auto revert from this fight, or is that true? Or do I manually revert? No, that's not true. I manually revert. So after this fight, or after that second finisher lands, you manually revert because you still have some drive left. If you miss windowless, I think you might be auto reverting, but just something to keep an eye on. So do your second finisher, manually revert, and then we're immediately going to go into a slide dash ground combo. And then when you land that second hit, go into Beast's Limit. Dark Thorn is going to do a spin attack. I'm not at any risk of it here because I haven't done too much damage, but there is a health threshold more in this area if you get his health down that low. So if I was to have done the ground finisher, I might have been in a little danger of it. But what you're going to do is you're going to let him do his spin, and right as he finishes, then you're going to start doing the Beast Limits attack. Start with X and then do triangle. You're alternating back and forth between these two. So does the spin, now we're starting to do X to triangle. Spin, 1, 2, 3, 4. You actually are able to do one more X press, but don't. You always want to end with a triangle press and then end the limit. You go press stop and then go into your combo. If you end with Sora's attack, you have less time to recover from ending the limit, and it's really easy to let Dark Thorn, or to give Dark Thorn time to escape and for him to go into his DM attack, which we really don't want. So you want to end with Beast's part of the limit, so end with a triangle press, stop your limit, and then go into a ground combo attack. Sometimes you get a slide dash, sometimes you just get regular hits, but go into a ground combo, do an upper slash, so X, square, and then go into an air combo, and then just keep doing air combos to finish the fight. Sometimes, if you get lucky or if your damage is really good, you might be able to kill with just that opening air combo, but I don't expect it. So, and another air combo finishes the fight. Let's just watch that one more time in fast motion. So opening up with the Valor Form combo. Reverting. I got clipped by one of the Dark Orbs there. It happens. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you parry with them. That's really shitty. But now we're going into the limit. Alternating between X and triangle. Doing it 4 times, ending with Beast's triangle attack. Trying to keep him staggered for extra time. Stopping the limit. Going to the upper slash aerial dive combo. And then just finishing the fight with another aerial combo. Not too bad. And that's Beast Castle. Mercifully short world coming off of Olympus. Yeah, I don't think there's very much more to go over with that one. Hope you guys learned something. I'll see you later.